the biggest workplace trends that we saw in 2022 was folks adding belonging to their DEIB strategies. The shift from DEI to DEIB stems from the fact that even a workplace that checks all the DEIB boxes sometimes can't retain underrepresented employees because they don't feel like they belong. Hi, I'm Beth Ruffin, and I'm a global strategist and trainer here at Power to Fly. Let's explore the concept of belonging together. Belonging is about making sure that everyone feels included, accepted, and respected within the organization, no matter their background or identity. This stands in stark contrast to having to expend energy to fit in at work. Brené Brown once said, "Belonging doesn't require us to change who we are, it requires us to be who we are." To use another phrase that we love here at Power to Fly, do your employees feel like they can sit at the table at your organization's dinner party? Do they have access to what they need to sustain themselves and even thrive? Most importantly, do they feel welcome, not just as a guest, but as someone who belongs in your workspace? There are multiple factors that must be in place for an employee to feel belonging at work. Psychological safety, being able to show up as your full, authentic self, the ability to contribute, unwavering support, appreciation, and recognition. One way to imagine this visually is to think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. For now, let's focus on the second layer where security and safety sit. This can be both physical, like living in a secure environment, or intangible, like psychological safety. It is only once psychological safety exists that we can move to that third layer and cultivate a sense of belonging. Belonging leads to building up self-esteem and feelings of accomplishment. It also helps us to work towards self-actualization, allowing us to work towards our fullest potential and be more creative. Harvard Business Review found that a strong sense of belonging among employees resulted in a 50% lower risk of turnover and a 56% increase in job performance. For remote companies especially, this can also lead to reduced feelings of isolation. Belonging is essential for creating a culture of acceptance, respect, and shared understanding in the workplace. To feel like I belong at my place of work, I need to be a part of a company or group that appreciates me for who I see myself to be. For example, someone like me who is passionate about accessibility probably would not feel at home in an organization that does not respect or make space for people with disabilities. Speaking of, belonging is especially important for people who are a part of historically and continuously oppressed groups. Some examples of these communities include BIPOC, disabled and neurodivergent people, and LGBTQIA+ folks. This also means several DEIB initiatives need to be in place to attract and keep these employees. According to a 2019 Globalization Partners Inc. survey, 9 out of 10 employees felt their company was diverse. However, a large contingent, 30% of employees, did not feel a sense of belonging. Let's look at how harmful that lack of belonging could be. Having more remote employees is another space where belonging is key. Working from home means work stress doesn't just stay at work. Without a decent sense of belonging at work, that stress is likely to bleed into other areas of life and the home. This can harm work-life balance and home life, causing resentment about the workplace to grow. Employees need to be able to contribute in meaningful ways to feel like we belong. Take a case where a manager fails to identify and address a growing sense of overwhelm in their team. The team members may begin to see themselves as separate from the idea of the team as a unit of the business. Employees will begin to connect more through shared negative experiences, but not in a way that creates cohesion and belonging. Without recognition and support from their manager, employees may feel isolated and not valued, which can lead to further alienation and disconnection within the team. This will have a negative effect on the team's overall morale. As a leader, it is important to know when employees feel disconnected or overwhelmed from the team. Taking proactive steps to ensure everyone feels included from the beginning can help avoid these negative situations. Regular check-ins and one-on-ones can also help course correct as needed. We hope that you found this quick take about belonging helpful. Don't forget to check out the resources and links below for more information about belonging in the workplace.